Well, I'm back again after 5 weeks, most of it spent in London, where once again I observed the future I think we're all being dragged into. Mainly, I would say, it was highlighted in the retail sector. And it's a future that actually does work, but it should deeply concern every worker because of the threat to jobs. It's 2 years since I was last in London, and must admit I was impressed by the incredible spread of self-service in the retail sector. You know, there are stores, there's one particularly in central London, right in the centre, a great big one, where formerly there were workers who served one, took change, gave change, etc., and showed how to work the odd self-service machine. This time, I went in, the only humans were there were a few customers and a security man at the door. And of course, there were those bulbous, dark eyes in the ceiling, the 360-degree cameras that are everywhere and probably the most watched city on earth. You helped yourself, scanned, the machine told you what to pay, you tapped your card or ran your card through or paid cash and it gave change. Where had all the workers gone? Now at the same time, the British government, Theresa May's Tory government, along with the DUP of Northern Ireland, were claiming that there are more men and women in work now in Britain than at any time since 1975. So I got to thinking, is this true? Are they lying? In fact, they're not. It is, of course, true, but only on paper. And it's something we should be aware of here as well. Because, of course, it depends on how you define employment. In Britain, as here, a large number of people are classified self-employed or part-time, in part-time work. And also there they have what is called 0 hours contracts. This means that workers, men and women, many of them very young too, don't know from week to week or even day to day how many hours they're going to be called on to work and how much they're going to be paid. It is the most incredibly insecure situation. Now, there are echoes of that in South Africa, of course. We also have this definition of what is employment. As someone selling a few sweets on a street corner, earning a pittance, I hardly regard as employed. And the difference here is, the reality here, we have massive unemployment and a huge wage and welfare gap. The disparities between wealth and income are enormous. But the other thing that began to worry me then was there's been a global decline. I looked at it, I contacted the local trade union council, I looked at the figures. There's been a global decline in membership of trade union organizations. Now, unions are the only organized organization or organized group of workers that can protect workers and the workplace and levels of employment, etc. It made me think that that old slogan, organize or starve, has now become more pertinent than ever. So I think that at the very least, when we look at all these things, and they're coming here too, we've had our first self-service supermarket trial in Observatory in Cape Town, and it's going to spread. The future is coming. And I think it therefore is beholden on unions, on workers everywhere, on civil society, to pressure government, at the very least, to manage and regulate to the benefit of the majority this future that is coming, this future we're being dragged into. If we fail to do that, I think the consequences are going to be dire. Anyway, that is going to be the focus of my Inside Labour column this week, which you can access on this program, this platform, I beg your pardon, Fin24 tomorrow, and a version of which will appear in the City Press on Sunday in the business section. I'm sure you all have opinions about this matter of automation and what is happening with self-service, etc., where all the workers are going to go. So let us know. Drop us a line to editor@fin24.com. That's editor@fin24.com. And for this week, that's all from me. Cheers.